if we have a time, at least half an hour kind of stuff, then we will go for a 1 or 2 basic troubleshooting. Compulsory network troubleshooting, Outlook troubleshooting, system troubleshooting. Only three things in a troubleshooting. But I want to go to, first of all, what are the things we learn first of all. Okay. We learn how to check system configuration, and of course, what is your system configuration. So what is the answer? I'm not typing any answers. Usually I'm not trying to type any answers. What is my system configuration? First of all, so I go to the task manager, CPU. My processor is i5-3230M 2.6 gigahertz. You can also check in your system. You have to tell based on your system, not my system. Okay, that's it. And my memory is 12 GB DDR3 RAM. My hard disk is 500 GB. So that's it. I have a graphic card of 2 GB. That is optional. My operating system is Windows 10 operating system. So otherwise, I will go in a different way. Like one is like DX diag. In simple, it is DX diag, universal DX diag. In DX diag, we can able to find again your operating system. Okay, and edition Windows 10 home single language, and there is a build version Windows 10 home. Okay, processor i5-3230M 2.6 gigahertz processor, 12 GB RAM is. Of course, you want a graphic related. So what is your graphic related? Also you can. Second one, how to check IP address. Okay. And I don't know how many people read my PPTs. What is your IP address? How to check IP address?
IP configs.
Very good. Okay. Simple answer is go to command prompt. There, type IP config. So on your adapter, this IP address, subnet mask, and default gateway is visible. If in case interview asks, so I want to see what is my DHCP server address or DNS server address, or what is the difference between IP config and IP config all. So IP config space slash all. So what is my IP address? This is my IP address. What we are getting here, it is about your adapter name. Your physical address means your MAC address. The DHCP enable yes means I got IP address from DHCP server. So my IP address, subnet mask, default gateway, DHCP server address, DNS server address, lease obtain, and lease expiry. Okay. So this is the difference. Another way also we can open, that is go to control panel kind of stuff, or go to ncpa.cpl. In the run, you can use ncpa.cpl, or go to control panel, network and sharing center, change adapter settings. There you will find network connection part. Open your adapter, click on details. Here you can see your IP address details and MAC address also. And also we discuss what is IP address and MAC address. IP address is a logical address, MAC address is a physical address. IP address can be changed according to the network. When you change the network, IP address will be changes. So according to the network, you have to change the IP address. MAC address is permanent address, which is given by manufacturer of NIC. IP address is given by a user or by DHCP server, right? IP address is given by DHCP server automatically or by a user or a person or admin is giving IP address manually. But MAC address is given by manufacturer of NIC. It is built inside your NIC chip. So that's it. Yeah, this we can. So IP address can be changeable. MAC addresses we cannot change. We don't change with MAC. We are all communicate with IP address, not with a MAC address. This is the part we are discuss. Next part we discuss is service desk. Yesterday and day before yesterday, I revised what is the service desk. Just I am giving what are the questions are previous batches, but I covered a lot of things. What is the service desk? The single point of contact. When this question come up, only SPOC, single point of contact. So what is the single point of contact? Single point of contact between customer and IT employees. Okay. So what is the use of service desk? So initial support, okay. Understand customer issues, okay. Escalate the issues, create a ticket management, okay, managing SLAs, okay, managing. So that is a point we discussed, right? Different type of service desk and all. I'm not going. Just what is service desk? Who is customer? Customer who is purchasing a product or a business from a shop or a organization. Purchase a product or a taken a service from a shop or a organization or from a store or a organization is a customer. Different customers. That much you won't get it. Like previously, the people didn't get that questions. Who are the customers? Okay, customer type of customers. Internal customer, external customers, public kind of customer. Internal customer means is the service desk, means the service desk supporting team and the customer all belongs to same organization only within the organization. Internal customer within the organization. External customers is other organization. So we are supporting to another organization, that is a external organization. This means the customer not in our organization is outside of our organization who is getting our service. Is getting our service. So in general it is organizational level. And of course public, in external there is a public customer is there. Public means is an individual person taking a service. Like I am using internet. I am the customer for my internet service provider, but I am not an organization. Savantis taken a internet from some internet service provider. Savantis is the customer, but Savantis is not an individual person, is a whole organization. That is a difference. And also we discuss about a certain things like what is event, any detectable occurrence which significant for a IT infrastructure. Events, three types: warning, okay, sorry, information, warning, and error. Information means it's a kind of successful event or just a notification event. It's not serious events. It is like a disk is online, transaction successful, backup successful. Okay, so service is online, internet is came back. So this is events. It means login successful. The events. Warnings. Disk is full. Disk is full. More load on a server. More load on a server. More collisions in a network. Okay. that kind of stuff. Warnings, errors is like a server is down, service down, internet is down. Okay, unable to connect it, transaction failure, login failure. These are all comes under events. Another system is alert. Alert is a notification system. What are the events are occurring? It is occurred and stored in the background, right? So we don't see events directly until unless we go to the event management window, monitoring, event monitoring. There we can see. So whenever any changes occur, any changes occur, any alert is occurred, right? Okay, so like a warning is generated or maybe a error is occurred, immediately it will like a alarm type. You know, people think it is a very less. Even a cloud also will tell. The cloud watch is there. Cloud in AWS cloud watch. It means if any thing is changes or like a war billing or maybe a war utilization or number of requests from outside to your service or your application. So or maybe a number of background tasks are heavily running. Immediately the call watch will give you a messaging system, right? So this is a thing is going on. So go and take care of that one, right? Or a disk is full. So alerting system. Incident. What is a incident? Incident is if something is happened, like a system is down or a network is down or a user given a complaint that is something is not working. That is called a incident. Next one is workaround. What is a workaround? Whenever any incident is occur, we have to go and fix it immediately to stop further impact of that incident. Okay? So that is the thing. Like one server is down, immediately and we go and fix it because of lot of customers are wait to access the server from server. The people are not getting a service now. If server is down, we'll go and fix it immediately. We don't wait for analysis why it is occur, where it is occur kind of stuff. Immediately, first we'll go and fix it. If number of incidents are occurring, okay, multiple places, same kind of incident is occur, or I am not getting internet. Some other person is also not getting internet, or some person is not able to send a mail. So similar kind of incident or same kind of incident is occur, multiple incidents, or unknown root cause of incident. So we don't know the why this incident is occur. So we are unable to trace it. A repetition of incident. So we consider that incident as a problem. Already I explained with the example, guys. Go through once. That next one is change. Sometimes to solve the problem, if once you solve the problem, no further incidents will occur. Or number of incidents will be reduced. It's a permanent solution. Finding a permanent solution is problem management. You may require to change something to solve the problem. So changing means uh, changing of something like a system or a service or maybe a component or maybe a device. Changing of device, like I want to change my router, so that is also change. Or maybe changing of RAM, changing of operating system, changing of application, updation of operating system or upgradation of operating system or application or a replacement. This all comes under change order. Service request. One second. Okay. Okay. Next one is a mainly service request, like a request for a service or inquiry, access permissions or access management. I want a VPN connection. I want a printer connection. I want to change my password. These are all comes under service request. Guys are okay with up to now? Are you recollecting something or completely vanished?
Yes.
Next one is ITL. Recently I told ITL, but it is a mainly part of in this management. So before ITL, I will tell what is ticket. What is a ticket? What is the use of this ticket? Is also important, right? What is ticket? Ticket is a very simple document. Ticket can be created by different softwares or mails or anything. Simple, a customer is try to approach the service desk to tell about a certain issue or maybe certain request. Then service desk people create a ticket. In that one, they defined what is the customer requirement, customer issue, customer requirement, customer issues. Okay, and what kind of issue it is, what kind of issue it is, what area of issue it is, what is the priority of that issue. It is urgent, not, it is a medium, or it is low or high priority. Okay, it's a what is the impact of that issue, what is the impact of that issue. It can be a loss of business related, or maybe just a computer is not working kind of stuff. It means a loss of very simple mail kind of stuff, not very big impact, but sometimes it is very big impact. So you go to the what is the impact of the related impact, urgency or a priority of a issue. So you have to mention that one. When it is occur, who is going to be handle this issue? Are you able to take an issue? For example, I am a service desk guy. I have to handle the issue, or maybe I have to tell to someone to handle the issue. That is also there, no? So the incident can be either I will handle or I will tell to someone to handle, or maybe which team is better to handle, which person is having a knowledge in this incident, and history of the incident, history of the problem or history of the request, or maybe it is an incident related thing. Is it if it is a same kind of incidents is occur, so we can group those incident and club with this ticket, and then we can create this is the problem, not just a incident. Okay, how you notify, how you notify the issue is occur, that is also we have to mention in the ticket. Already I forward BMC helix, already given a BMC helix video, guys, please check it. So there it is a lot of options you can find how to create a ticket. So first you will understand the ticket management. Okay, so this is not just only service desk, guys. Ticket, understanding of ticket is should be known by any person who is working in the IT industry. If you are a service developer or network developer, or maybe you are a software developer or whatsoever it is, you must know what is the ticket. So how people will tell this is the problem and what is the solution you have to do it. That is will be defined in a ticket. Okay. History of ticket is also there, like user note, technician note, when it is handled, what is the status of ticket. It is a ticket is just created or open ticket, closed ticket, remarks of the ticket. Okay, customer satisfaction report. So everything is under ticket only. Next one is what are the this ticketing. What are the ticketing softwares or tools? Different tools we are using. So example, ServiceNow. ServiceNow, better to learn ServiceNow also. A lot of YouTube videos are there. No need to go to anywhere, no need to pay anything. Okay, so what are the service now, BMC Helix, Zoho, Zira, these are all comes under service ticketing tools. Yeah, I said ITIL, IT Infrastructure Library, which provide no-nonsense framework for practical and no-nonsense framework for identifying, planning, designing, and supporting IT services to the customer or supporting IT businesses. So that is ITL, IT Infrastructure Library. What is this IT Infrastructure Library? It is actually it is benefits of ITL is we can reduce the cost of our budgets. You know, you want to make a movie, you may have no knowledge on it, right? So you want to make a movie, so budget is initial budget is only 20 crores. Movie finished, how much budget completed by completion to complete that movie, it is become a something 50 crores or 60 crores. This become a double and double cost, right? So that is should be controlled, that should be controlled. Next, for example, I will give you Windows Vista operating system is launched. It failed in the market. There is a two reasons. One is the operating system supporting infrastructure is not there in that market. That time people are using Windows XP and lower editions only. Means 2000 and Windows XP only. Not Windows Vista supporting hardware is not available. But when they make it, Windows Vista is a heavily made it. So people are not able to use it. And next one is technician don't understand Windows Vista. So how to troubleshoot, how to fix the issue. They know XP, but they don't know Vista. They said don't use Vista. It is having virus. Okay. But Vista is become Windows 7 and Windows 7 become popular. What is the difference? That time infrastructure is bigger. Earlier 256 GB RAM. Now it is 512 or maybe 1 GB RAMs people are using. 2 GB RAMs are available in market. Okay, obviously the system upgradation is there, so of course then automatically Windows 7 become acceptable. Okay, and of course compared to Vista, Windows 7 don't require more hardware resources. Then Windows 8 is launched and it is also not pick up more in the market, but it is still better. It got its own business. Windows 10, lot of people having a doubt still like a Windows 8, it is also give some problems. Even there is no problems, but people think it is uh, better is a Windows 7 is trustable, Windows 10 is not. Because Windows 10, it is no cracking part and that kind of stuff is not there. Already we have people have Windows 7. Okay. Lot of believeness is there, like Windows XP, Windows 7, we don't need to install drivers, already built-in drivers are there. Okay, so a lot of silly reasons are there, but what point is, guys, in a market, how to you stabilize with the business with the good remarks of it. I will tell one example. Hyundai. So last time we are also in India, also we have rolled on Hyundai. That is HY. Okay, this is Hyundai cars. Okay, so the starting cost is also the decent cost only. So like we know this Santro, Creta is now popular, i10, i20. Okay, so Grand i10. There is certain cars are more popular. Okay, this is a model from South Korea. Okay, second car is our Tata. Okay, this is Tata cars. You know that one, right? The new car like a Punch, Nexon, Tiago, Harrier, Altros, Tigaro, Maruti Suzuki cars. So all are in a good with the business. But even for a cheaper cars, Maruti is best. Right? You want to purchase a car, but budget is very low. You can get it from 3 to 4 lakhs. You can get a car from 3 to 4 lakhs. You want to buy a very strong car, means this is the cheapest car, Renault Kiger. Now, but still Maruti having a one cheap car that is called a new cars. Just what I'm trying to say is the cheaper car. The Alto K10. So this is a new one. Okay, I think so. Because this is Alto 800. Okay, like these are the cheaper cars. So Maruti is there. It is a cheaper, but problem is not standard. Like you hit with something, you will get almost blast on it. Strong cars are Tata cars. Strong cars are Tata cars. Like a 5-star rating cars. But customer care, it is a strong car, right? And of course, the price is little bit like with the 5 lakhs, 5 to 6 lakhs, you can purchase a base model of Tata Punch. But why people are not always purchasing Tata? The same competition. Problem with the Tata is customer care is not good. Customer care is not good. Okay? It's not like we don't purchase a Tata. Okay? Customer is care is not at all. A lot of complaints are there. You can search in YouTube also, Google or anywhere. So customer care related complaint against the Tata. Hyundai, the logo itself is whatever the car it is, what kind of car it is. The customer care is very important. The logo represents, the logo, Hyundai logo represents the Hyundai logo represents two people, two persons, not a H. It is a two persons taking hand. One is a customer, one is a service provider. Okay. Even it is a little costly and it's not as a Tata 5-star rating. Okay. Still people are purchasing Hyundai also. Why? Because of customer care. Okay. Mahindra. So for a ruggedness, people why buy this one? Why Thar? It's runs on diesel engine kind of stuff and very costly. But you can go anywhere, any place without worrying. Any kind of roads, it will run. Any kind of roads, it will run. Okay. So the same other organizations like Kia or Renault and all. Renault also comes under cheaper and different performance engine. Lot of things are there. So point is, guys, so why customer required your business? Okay, that is a so why customer should come to you. That is the main point. Okay, what is the customer thinking? It's not about a monopoly business. It is everyone is in the business. It's not about only cost. It's about all other things also involved, right? So that is we should understand market. The first ITL part is understand the market, understand user demand, understand So what is the customer requirement? And what is your strategy to provide a service? So that is the ITL. But ITL is belongs to purely IT organization. So it is involves with the IT businesses. Okay. Just ITL 5 life cycles. I don't want to spend more time on it. Already I spent. ITL 5 life cycle. What are the ITL 5 life cycles? Service strategy, service design, service transition, service operation, continual service improvement. Each life cycle has a internal life cycles, like a service strategy. The first one is service strategy. Is represent demand in the market, financial management. As I said, no budget. Okay, so how much money you have to invest, like so finance management, planning, what kind of service you want to give, like that kind of stuff in a service design. What are the services you are already having? What service you want to give? Okay, so about that service, their design requirements, and securing those designs kind of stuff. Next is service transition. Is about a build and deploy. We start create a product. We are start building it, or start coding it, or anything you can use service like a build and deploy. Start constructing it according to your design. The required changes suggested by change advisory board, you have to change in the service strategy. Sorry, not sorry, service transition. Next one is service operation. We learn about a service desk. The service desk actually comes under service operations. How to care of a customer, whether customer is getting a proper service or not. Customer is getting the service uh, uh, or not. Okay, so that is the service operation. Okay, so if customer is facing a problem, so how to reach the customer? Okay, how to fix the issues, how to troubleshoot the issues, how to support the customer. Okay, so that is service operations. Continual service improvement. So you find lot of issues faced by customer and our organization. Okay, deployment of services like that. For example, guys, I want to provide a internet service. How many people will take it? How many people will take internet? Nowadays, internet is required by everyone from last 2 to 3 years because of corona and other reasons, right? Work from home kind of stuff. Okay. So people need internet for their laptops and all. Some places we are getting, some places not. That's why, because the flexibility, area flexibilities, wiring connectivities, power connectivities, difficult in certain areas. So some people don't show interest. Second one is a person, people are using a mobile phone nowadays like a Jio, Airtel. Okay, so there are having a internal data that is enough for the day purpose, right? So I have a 1 GB per day or 2 GB per day. That is enough for my daily usage. So why should I take extra money to take internet? Even that is also less internet supply, right? So people not taking. So that is the thing I have to understand. So what is the demand of internet in the market, in the place? So how many estimated customers are will get our internet service? If in case already service is available in that one. Okay. Now again, one point is in an ITL manner, I will tell one more thing. I am providing internet services. So first of all, plan how to give, why to give, to whom to give, how much money. Design according to it. So gather all requirements, equipments, staffing, okay, all these things. Next, start building. So connect all the devices, cabling, and okay, and start giving services. whenever the customer taking a service. So customer require the service. I want a connection. Guys, this is a loophole services. Okay, it means to keep loop. Like I want to give internet service. I want to become a ISP. So then life cycles involve service strategy, service design, service operation, service transition, service operation, continual service. So this is I am a internet service provider. I want to become internet service provider. These life cycles are involved. Next, I become a ISP, internet service provider. Now I can able to provide internet. There is a customer asking a connection. So I want a internet. So then you have to involve again these life cycle. Even for providing a single service to build your business, need a all life cycles. To provide a service, the customer in that one single service, in that also we required all life cycles. So first service strategy is, so what is the customer requirement? You want an internet connection. Where is there? Where is the person is located? What is the his flexibility to get connected? Okay, how to give this service and why to give, and all the other verifications done. Service strategy, service design. So how to give, how to put a cable. Okay, so where is a room? Where is the plug connection? How much big length of cable is required? How to connect it? So follow the SOP to give the connection. Service design completed. Service transition. Yes, customer application received. Customer payment is received. Yes, service design is done. So how to give service to the customer done. Yes. Now build it. Start build it. Okay. So start giving a cable connection. First give the cable connection, install the router, configure the router and verify the router. Done. And say to the customer, yes, you can connect it. So connect from your mobile phone or laptop and start using your internet. That is called a service strategy. Service transition, build and deploy. Service operation. The customer is getting some issue. Customer said like, I am not getting internet. Internet is very slow. So what we do? So customer approach you to with the issue, then resolve the customer related issues. Right? So maybe rise an incident or a problem, or maybe it is a change of services will be taken care by service operations. So while you are giving a service or designing a service, transition service, and issues faced by customer and different customers, will observe and will keep it in a database that we will analyze in certain areas and give the suggestion to each of those life cycles in the business. So what happened? We improve ourselves to give a better service. Will improve ourselves to give better service. So quality of service improves. Approach to the customer is better. So then customer satisfaction increases. Cost will be reduced. Unnecessary expenditure will be reduced. Okay? Unnecessary expenditure will be reduced. Okay? This kind of stuff. Okay, so that's my point, guys. This is about your ITL and ITL life cycles. I have explained entire thing instead of telling this is it. I split it up to here. So next one is we discussed about a networking. Networking basics. PC hardware. Operating system. Networking basics. Servers and their services. That is my title only, guys. Don't tell server and services. Tell them. So we discussed about a work group and domain. Peer-to-peer work group domain. Peer-to-peer server and client. Work group and domain, because it's a difference is the work group and domain. Work group and domain. This part. And also we discussed about a active directory. Just what is active directory? We discussed DHCP and DNS. In active directory also I said what is group policy. That's it. Okay, we didn't go to that much depth. Of course, we discuss about in operating system, Windows, Linux differences. Operating system, so we discuss about Windows 10 also. As a part of operating system, we discuss Windows 10, how to manage services, services management, service management, registry, disk management, BitLocker, managing registry, BitLocker, application management, like uninstall, repair kind of stuff. Install, repair, change kind of stuff. How to add a printer. About a printer. Printer management. File or folder sharing. I didn't recollect anything we additionally discussed. So we seen the commands, but that is fine. Okay guys, so in a hardware, we'll go by one. In a hardware, what we discuss? PC components. What are the components? Main important CPU. What is CPU? Central processing unit, brain of the computer. Okay, CPU 32-bit, 64-bit CPUs are there. Okay, and the CPU mainly like a CPU, cache memory. Those few things we discussed, but central processing unit. It do arithmetic and logical functions. It's a chip. CPUs does not mean that big box guys. CPUs is a chip on the motherboard. We insert on the chip. Intel and AMD mainly competitors. In mobile, different type of processor we are using. In laptop and desktop, different type of processors we are using. RAM and ROM. Random access memory, read-only memory are a primary memories. Both are primary memories. Okay, so RAM is a random access memory, volatile memory. What is volatile memory? When power is off, data is gone. RAM is a chip and it is a non-volatile memory, read-only memory. So when power is off, what is a non-volatile memory? Even the power is off, data is not gone. RAM, there is a two-type RAM, SRAM, DRAM. What is SRAM? So SRAM is used as a cache memory which is inbuilt inside CPU. The higher the cache memory, better the CPU performance. In a DRAM, so dynamic RAM, okay, it is again further developed into SDRAM, synchronous dynamic RAM, and again it is further developed into DDR. Now DDR4, DDR5 in the market. ROM, read-only memory. So RAM is having a sizes and frequency. RAM can be changeable. So RAM we can insert and remove from the motherboard. ROM is EPROM we are using, so that is also called as a BIOS chip. The BIOS chip, the BIOS chip, what we are using on a BIOS chip, where are we? It's a BIOS chip is not ROM is your nothing but a BIOS chip on your motherboard. It is a fixed one. We cannot change like a RAM. We cannot change your ROM chip as like a RAM. The BIOS chip contains firmware or firmware, which is main information about your motherboard. When you power on your system, the BIOS learn the connected devices about CPU, RAM, hard disk. Okay, it learn the devices and store into the chip. The BIOS will help you to start your computer. Okay, using post and loading operating system, finding operating system. BIOS will help you. So BIOS, in the BIOS, we can go to BIOS settings. Okay, we can go to BIOS settings to change features, hardware related features. You can set the passwords and date and time. But these settings, the BIOS settings, will be gone when system is power off. Okay, when system is power off. To keep this BIOS settings, passwords, BIOS password, date and time. So we are using a lithium battery that is called a CMOS battery. That's it. Okay. Motherboard. What is motherboard? It is a circuit board. All computer components connected to motherboard only. On motherboard there is a chipsets, and on motherboard we are directly inserting CPU, RAM, your graphic cards, PCA slots, PCA any inserting is also there. Okay, we are connecting our SMPS power connection, SMPS power connectivity. We are connecting our hard disk, CD-ROM, and externally we are connecting like a USB, keyboard, mouse, monitors. We are connecting mic, speakers. We are connecting. So this is CPU, RAM, ROM, motherboard, and SMPS. SMPS, switchboard power supply, which converts your AC outlet, means AC power supply, to DC supply to your system. So different DC power supplies are there: 12 volts, 5 volts, 3.3 volts. That is SMPS. Next one we discuss about a hard disk. Hard disk is a secondary storage memory. So hard disk used to store your operating system, applications, and data. Okay. So we divide a hard disk into different partitions. So in a MBR and GPT partition style, according to MBR and GPT partition style, MBR we can, if you are a partition style of a hard disk, is can create a maximum 4 primary or a 3 primary, one extended. In one extended you can create a multiple logical partitions. Each partition size is maximum 2 terabyte. If it is a GPT style of hard disk, it is partition style is GPT style, it is 128 primary partitions you can create it, and each partition size is more than 2 terabyte up to 18 EB. Next one is we discussed about a file system. Entire revision, guys. Either you are getting headache or not, I don't know. We discussed about a file system. So mainly in a Windows, we have a two main file system, FAT and NTFS. In Linux, we are having different file system, but we are in a Windows, we are having a two file system, FAT and NTFS. What is a difference? It is so NTFS having certain features like a security. It means access permissions, accessing files which this user can able to access the files or not. That is access permission, not a virus or antivirus. Quota. So user how much disk space can able to use it. That is a quota. Security, quota, compression. We can compress the data so then we can save more space to store the data. Okay, we can store more data by compressing existing data. Compression, index, of course, encryption. We can encrypt the data so then no other users can able to access your data. So guys, compulsory file system is required to store the data. File system defines how to store the data in the drive. File system defines how to store the data in the device. To divide hard disk into partitions, either hard disk can be a Mbr type or a GPT type. Next one is SSD. Solid state drives. Nowadays we are using SSD. Compulsory know about your SSD, guys. Okay, now we are using SSDs. SSDs are NAND memories, like your pen drive and memory cards. It is a chip type. It is a NAND memory. Circuit chips are there. It is SSDs are a NAND memories. Okay, so it does not have any loose parts. It is a very lighter weight and faster, suitable to install operating system. So you can install, you can take SSD and install a operating system in it. Okay, not for regular data usage. Why? Because SSD is a costlier. So nowadays we are getting a laptops. It is become very costly. Why? Because of built-in SSDs. SSDs are giving faster faster booting. Uploading is faster, but costly. So SSDs are suitable for operating system and apps, not for a data storage purpose, regular data storage purpose. Next, in SSDs, two type SATA interface SSDs, NVMe, so NAND SATA interface, NVMe non-volatile memory, M.2. So two interfaces. So the second one, this type of SSDs are faster than SATA interface SSDs. SSDs are faster than hard disk. SSDs are having a lightweight compared to hard disk. You can carry SSDs from anywhere to any place. But hard disk are heavyweight, means comparatively heavyweight. It contains a plotter cylinder motor kind of mechanism. So any small heat, any shock wave it is received, it will be damaged. But this is, it will damage until unless you broke it. It can be damaged because it's even a circuit board, but still it is. Not as with a small shock wave, it won't damage. Guys, any PC component we forget, anything, please remind me. CPU, RAM, ROM means your BIOS. Okay. So know about your BIOS, firmware. Anything?
Boot processing, sir.
Sir, PATA memory, SATA PATA.
Boot processing.
Boot processing. In a hard disk, we have a two type of interface. PATA interface, which is having a 40-pin connector, ribbon cable, and we have a SATA interface 7-pin connector. Okay, so SATA is the faster than PATA. Boot processing, very good. I thought I said in an operating system, but now anywhere, hardware or operating system, boot processing is important. The first step of boot processing is you power on your system, then host will be launched. Press the power button. So SMPS will give you power supply to your motherboard. So your system will get power. So then system will test itself, like all components will getting a power. So there are I am connected kind of stuff. Okay, so that process we call it as a host. Power on self test. System test itself when system is power on. Next one is once system all components are working, means post is successful, then it is try to locate Mbr record. Why? Because the Mbr record will tell you where is a bootloader. Mbr record will tell you where is the bootloader located. Where is operating system in your disk and where is your bootloader. Of course, before locate a Mbr, how to locate Mbr? First of all, it goes with the boot priority, based on the boot priority in the BIOS. One second. Okay. Saturday effect. Huh? So locate Mbr record based on the boot priority. So in your BIOS, and find bootloader and load bootloader. So bootloader in our Windows 10, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10. So it means Windows 7 to Windows 10. Okay, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10. Bootloader name is, any idea? Boot MGR. If it is a Linux, okay, it is grub or LILO. Next, load the bootloader. Bootloader will tell how to load operating system. Why bootloader is telling, right? So in a OS will be load in a different modes. Different mode of loading operating system is there, like a safe mode, normal mode, or maybe only GUI mode, CLI mode, different type of modes are there. Okay, so it is will be based on the bootloader configuration. So I'll tell how to load operating system. In Windows, we don't mind about anything. We do mainly GUI mode for troubleshooting, safe mode. Okay, bootloader will tell how to load operating system, how to load your OS operating system. Next, now OS is loaded. What happens after loading operating system? You got a login screen, then do login, services, and your startup applications runs automatically. Then you can start using computer. Okay, this is the what we are doing. Of course, you may get a lot of issues from starting from here. So first one is post can be failure. Why post can be failure? The main thing is about your main devices like a CPU, RAM, on motherboard devices, or your BIOS related issues are there, host can be failure. So we don't know all other components whether they're working, not working. Okay, all these components whether working or not working, we don't know. Then at least we will check the RAM. Okay, that is the first thing. Next, you can locate Mbr. Okay, we locate Mbr record based on your boot priority. In the BIOS, we have a boot menu, so it is telling one by one name, so we have to go and check it. The Mbr record is there. So the Mbr record will tell where is your bootloader. Mbr record will tell where is bootloader. Tells where is bootloader. Where is the bootloader? Location of the bootloader. Find bootloader, load bootloader, and the bootloader will tell you how to load operating system. Remaining operating system. So only for boot. This is loading OS. Once is loaded, of course, you'll get a login screen, and the services and startups runs automatically. The services and startups runs automatically. You can start using your computer. So this is your loader. Post failure means it can be a mainly failure of these things. Unable to find a bootloader. Unable to find a bootloader. It means your hard disk is gone. Hard disk volume. Unable to find bootable disk. Okay. Unable to find bootable disk or a bootloader means it is a hard disk problem or operating system is corrupted. Or unable to find boot disk, portable drive, or a boot disk. Any name you can put it, boot disk. So these two are, we'll get it because of these two are because of your hard disk is corrupted. Disk is corrupted, OS is corrupted, OS is corrupted or a hard disk is corrupted, or hard disk is no hard disk. Okay, disk is corrupted. Okay. So like that. So once your OS is loaded, your system is very slow. System is loaded, login screen came, you log in, but system is very slow to do certain work. Okay, so to like I want to refresh the screen, or maybe I'm trying to open an application, it is taking a lot of time to do. Why? Because of the startup services and startup applications. Okay, so you have to manage these things to get a faster booting. So this is your boot process. Of course, we discussed about the operating system. Guys, we are just now up to here. So next is we'll discuss about your operating system and what are the things we discussed in Windows 10 also. Just once again, what just the names, at least what is it, what? Yeah. Give me just 5 minutes. That's I will tell about the basics of operating system. What is an operating system? It is a software, or we can say a program, right, which interacts with hardware and user. Provide a user interface. Different type of interfaces, CLI type of interface, GUI type of interface, TUI type of interfaces, command line interface, graphical user interface, terminal or a text-based user interface is there. Operating system, it runs applications, interact with the hardware. Okay, so it interact with the hardware. Hardware means the parts. So there's two parts of operating system: kernel and shell. The kernel is interact with the hardware, shell interact with the operating system. SOS, NOS. Simple operating system, network operating system. What is simple operating system? Example, Windows operating systems generally. Windows desktop operating systems. Right? Simple operating system. Network operating system or like a server operating system. This is example desktop OS. Example Windows 10, Windows 7, Windows 8. Network operating system is more like a server OS. It provides a certain services based, right? Like a Windows servers. Current version is 2022, so I told Windows Server 2019. Next one is Windows Server, Linux, and Unix. Next one is simple, single user, single task operating system, single user, multitask operating system, multi-user, multitask operating system. Single user, single task, only single user, only one task can able to run. Example MS-DOS. Single user, multitask, only one single user can log in at a time but can do multiple things. This example is Windows operating system. All Windows operating, both Windows Server, Windows desktops. Multi-user, multi things. So your Linux and Unix operating system both are multi-user, multitask. Means multiple users can log in at a time and multiple tasks can able to do at a time. Next one is the difference between Windows and Linux. Okay, and Windows and Mac. Mac OS. Mac OS is by Apple computers. So I didn't discuss and I don't discuss that part. But Windows and Linux operating system, guys, Windows is single user, single user multitask operating system. Linux is multi-user multitasking operating system. Windows is proprietary of Microsoft. Linux is don't have any proprietary. Linux is made by Linux kernel made by Linus Torvald. Linus Torvald. So anybody can download this Linux kernel and develop their own operating system and distributed that operating system. But Windows is not a open source like that, and we cannot take Windows source code and develop it and distribute. Is completely restricted. Okay, it is completely illegal to modify the Windows operating system. Of course, it is not a open source. The open source code of the Windows is also not available any place. Linux is like a open source operating system. Okay, most of the Windows editions are most of the Windows operating systems are paid versions only. License, you should pay for a use of Windows licenses. Linux, most of the Linux distributions are not a paid not a paid version, so mostly free or only by registration we will get it. Okay. So Linux distributions. What are the Linux distributions? Like Red Hat Enterprise Linux, CentOS, Fedora, Debian, SUSE, Asian Linux. There's a lot of Linux distributions are there. Windows, that is a distribution, means that Windows operating systems editions will be released or versions will be. Windows is not a case sensitive, Linux is a case sensitive. In Windows we have a desktop and server operating system. Most of the Linuxes are a server based operating system. Desktop versions are very less. Of course, Ubuntu having a desktop and server operating systems. Okay, and so in Linux, Windows based apps won't run. In Windows, Linux based applications don't run. Of course, in Windows, you can run Linux operating system that is called a WSL version 2. Means it's a Windows subsystem for Linux. If you install that one, you can run the Linux commands also. In Linux, there is a app called Wine something is there, so you can run Windows apps. Okay, so these are the basic points, guys. There's a few more points just for a revision. I hope you accept these questions. We didn't see any of these questions except RAM and ROM differences. You may not seen all these questions in your interview, but guys, it's not always. These questions only they will ask. That kind of stuff is not there. Okay. So hard disk, memory, disk space. Okay. So just take a break, guys, and take a 10-15 minutes of break. Then we'll continue. What is the first? I will start with the networking basics, servers and services. Then we'll come to Windows 10. Okay. And also we discuss about a cloud and all. So we'll see the time base.